So one of the most common questions that I get is what's the difference between audio and MIDI? What are the pros and cons? What are they? How do they work? So I figured on this video, I'm going to explain the difference and how to convert from one to another and why. So stick around. So what's going on, guys? My name is Adil Constantine. On this video, we're going to talk about MIDI and audio, what the difference is. So let's start with audio. Audio, basically, you're capturing sound waves from sounds around you, instruments, vocals, through the microphone, and basically recording it into your recorder, or recording it into a digital audio workstation, or any software that captures audio. And at that point, you have basically captured a sound wave in a track, and you can kind of manipulate the sound however you want with different effects, different audio effects. So you can also EQ it, so we can bring up like high frequencies, low frequencies, cut it off, etc. There's so many flexibilities when it comes to working with audio. One of the things though, like if you're recording an instrument, you can't really go back and change one note or two and try to fix it that way. It probably possible, but it's very time consuming. With MIDI, on the other hand, it's a digital signal that you're sending from your MIDI controller, whether it's a keyboard or a drum pad, into the DAW. In the DAW, you're gonna have to have some kind of a playback device or a VST to assign a sound to that digital signal. And what's nice about the MIDI is that if you mess up, you can always go back to that specific note and change it. And also, if it doesn't sound good on piano, you can change it to a guitar sound, you can change it to strings. There's that kind of flexibility with it. Now that we know the differences between audio and MIDI, let's jump into Ableton and let me show you how to convert audio track into MIDI and why. So when converting audio to MIDI in Ableton, we have actually three options. We can, here, let me select the track, a clip. We can convert a harmony to a MIDI. We can convert a melody, or we can convert drums. So the difference between harmony and melody is that harmony is multiple notes playing together like chords or like harmonizing notes, whereas melody is more straightforward melody that's you're playing, one note at a time most of the time. So right here we have three clips. The first one right here is a melody. Very simple melody. So what we can do is we can right click on the clip, and then we're gonna do convert melody to MIDI. And Ableton basically is gonna analyze that and create a new track, a MIDI track with that melody. So I'm gonna go ahead and solo it. You can see it right here. The beauty of it now is that we can select whatever instrument we want for this melody. So I can go to instruments, like this cello right here. If we drop it here, and now we play it. There we go. Now we have that melody played in a cello. And then this clip right here, it's actually a bunch of chords played. Let's take a listen. So with this one, we'll do the same thing. Right click and then convert harmony to MIDI. So here we have all the notes, as you can see. We're gonna solo it. I think Ableton did a really good job at converting it. There are certain notes that I don't think they're necessary, like this one right here. Let's take another listen. It's like a super high note, which I think we can double click, get rid of it. Yes, it sounds much better. And this is the beauty of having now the ability to, take out certain notes that we don't want. And then now lastly, we have a drum track, or a drum clip, I should say. Let's take a listen. So we're gonna go ahead and convert this, and if I'm not mistaken, Ableton actually converts beats to kick, snare, and hi-hat. All right, let's solo it and take a listen. Now that we saw how to convert audio to MIDI, let's go the other way around and figure out how to convert MIDI to audio and why and what kind of uses you can get out of that. Now, in order to convert a MIDI track to audio, we have right here a MIDI clip that I'm gonna show you how to convert to audio. And once you convert it to audio, then you can do a lot of cool stuff like stretching the audio or pitch bending it. So let's go ahead and take a listen. All right, cool. And in order to convert that MIDI to audio in Ableton, all you have to do is right click on it and then freeze the track. And then we can get rid of this right here. And then once you have it frozen, then what you can do is you can flatten it. That's one way to do it. Or, I mean, you can also, once you freeze it, you can drag it to an audio track. And then at that point, it's, converted to audio. So we'll just do it this way right now. Now, if we take a listen, sounds exactly the same. And now that we have it in an audio format, we can actually stretch that audio. And on Windows is you hold Shift and then you drag the clip. We'll take a listen. Just kind of cool effect. And then another thing that we can do, like I said, we can, for example, turn on envelope and automation, and what we're gonna do is change this to complex, keep it on clip, and then we can do transposition. So let's say we can take this point right here, pitch it down, and bring it back up. I like doing this on some of my beats. And now let's go ahead and take a listen. There's just so many cool effects that you can do with an audio clip versus MIDI. All right, this is it with this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you understand now the difference between audio tracks and MIDI tracks and how to convert them around and why would you convert them around. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend who might be interested. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and don't forget to hit that notification bell to get notified of future videos. Until next time, keep making music. Peace.